How's it going? Great game, AI.
Need some help?
Good to know that you understand there's more to this game than offense. Let's work on that defense today.
Keep it going.
Poetry in motion, AI.
Hey, keep the ball.
Great way to end it, AI.
Hey, see you later, man.
All right, AI, let's get to work. Here's what we're gonna do.
Get it started, man. Let's get it started. Yo.
every day, AI. It's just...
Hey, hit me up.
All right, AI, let's get to work. Here's what we're gonna do.
You got it. You got it. Come on, man. Shot. I got him. Again.
Really, AI? Get your mind right.
Yeah, let's go. Let's do it. Good shot.
Definitely not your best effort, AI. But certainly not your worst.
Hey, next time, man. Next time.
All right, AI, let's get everyone over here and get started. Here's what we're gonna do.
Focus. Hey, right here. Let's go. No.
Keep taking that!
Let's go.
2K TV. We're ready for
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Okay, basketball fans, with me, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. I'm Ernie Johnson. You're watching 2K.
Look to take charge at the American Airlines Center, and with pregame.
Well, guys,
and Porzingis, a good 3 inches taller than Dirk. He's a very unique talent for sure. Well, tonight, Smitty, some teams that are really struggling. 2 teams looking for answers to their troubles. They hope they find them.
Yeah, Kevin, you're totally right. These 2 teams, when you see, they make adjustments. But when the adjustments don't work, then you start to change the lineup and the rotations and the play calling. Who's the number 1 option? Who's the number 2 option? Everybody talked about that huge Jimmy Butler trade last year. Some people criticized the Bulls' return in the deal, but the team seems happy with what they got.
Well, talking about that trade, it's obvious the Bulls were thinking full-on rebuild.
Yeah, they got young assets in Zach LaVine and Chris Dunn. Lowry Marketing was a great draft pick. Meanwhile, Jimmy Butler and the Wolves, they lost in the first round of the playoffs.
Man, that's a tough call for the refs to make there. I'm not sure it was on the way down, but that's how they saw it.
Dwight Powell's checked in for Porzingis. AI right side. Inside, Lopez with the steal. Outside, LaVine. Bangs home the trifecta.
Nice form, the elbow right in line. Zach LaVine has a fantastic looking shot.
Now, here's AI. Guarded closely. And they call the foul, so he's got the and 1 chance here to make it a 3-point play.
Attacking the rack to great effect.
And the free throw, no good. Bulls trail by 8. 1:16 left in the first quarter. Now, here's Valentine. He's covered closely. There's the pass to Felicio. 5 to shoot. Shoots over Doncic. And he can't bank that one in. Mavericks leading by 8. Nowitzki, the pass to AI. LaVine with the rebound. And here's LaVine, who brings it up for Chicago. Pass to Felicio. LaVine against Lee. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Zach LaVine, he has the mentality of a go-to scorer. He's got the confidence to take and make tough contested shots.
Trey Burks checked in for Doncic.
This is where he feels 100% comfortable taking all the free points he can get.
Puts it up. Dallas, no good that time either.
And that's the look this offense is designed to produce.
Always frustrating when you do everything right, yet you just can't complete the play.
Levine with it. Here's Arcidiacono. That's good, and it's Levine with the assist. Arcidiacono's got 5 points so far. And so, both teams trading buckets as we end the first quarter. Mavericks lead by 3. And we'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. It's been a storied career for Dirk Nowitzki, but as he...
Jay Kidd sort of tried all sorts of things when he was here. He was older, and, he got massages right before the games and the stretching and all that. Now I'm in the same shoes. I'll do all that stuff now, and you almost do as much off the court as you practice on the court.
A lot goes into holding off Father Time, but Father Time, by the way, is undefeated.
Yeah, and retirement's something he's considered for a few summers now, but he's making the most of his Hall of Fame career, savoring every last minute.
And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen here, guys, from the Mavericks.
Yeah, so many of their points coming in the paint, that they're running the offense all the way through.
And their coach likes it, working for high percentage looks and converting them.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. Taking a look at the Bulls, Levine and Valentine are the wingmen. Then there's Robin Lopez, and it's Arcidiacono in at the 1 spot. AI outside. And we're about a minute into the second quarter of play. And he banks in the layup. AI's got his second basket of the night.
It was clear that the defender wanted no part of that play after he exploded towards the bucket.
Here's Arcidiacono. Burke covering. Levine can't hit.
He hit 1-3 in the first, but the well has been totally dry for him in the second.
From outside the arc. And it's AI missing.
Yeah, not a great shot there, especially when you got a lockdown defender guarding.
There's no shame in passing out in that situation. Leave your ego at the door.
Amazing how he gets this one to go. Size doesn't matter.
But it can in the painted area. Regardless, he's crafty enough to get up a good shot.
Lopez kicks to Arcidiacono. Levine wide open and all around the rim that time before dropping in. Levine's got 9 points.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
And the Mavericks call time here.
Great college pedigree for Denzel Valentine. 4 years at Michigan State University, my alma mater. A hometown kid from Lansing. His father was a Spartan, and Denzel honored to wear his father's number, 45.
Here, Porzingis is checked in for Dwight Powell. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this.
Thanks, Kevin. Zach.
All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back. And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both. Nowitzki, he's checked in for Dallas. AI comes in for J.J. Barea. All different levels of playmakers in the league right now, but some guys, Steve, have an innate vision that just can't be taught.
Yeah, I love watching Chris Paul with his vision. Even Ben Simmons, a younger guy who can pass the basketball. DeMarcus Cousins is a guy who has great vision for his size, has a great feel for the game. There's just so many guys. Ricky Rubio is another guy who can pass the basketball.
Yes.
And Lonzo Ball, a young guy. Those guys have just that innate vision. They can see 2 plays ahead.
We've got Doncic. AI is out there with Tim Hardaway Jr. And there's Porzingis. And it's Nowitzki in at the 5. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. Back to AI. Stolen by Carter. And here we go. The Bulls fast break. Porter's running. Count the basket. Porter's got 5 points in the quarter.
Moving it around. 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
AI kicks to Hardaway. Now here's Doncic, guarded by Porter. Right side, Porzingis. 6 on the shot clock. Here's AI. Off target from three-point range.
Even though that one didn't go down, I like the offensive game plan here. 3 for 4 coming out of the break.
Out of bounds, it'll be Mavericks ball. And a chance now to look at the schedule for Chicago. On Wednesday, they'll head home to take on the Charlotte Hornets. Then on Friday, they'll head out on the road to face the Hawks in Atlanta. A different look for Dallas. Powell comes in for Porzingis, and it's Lee in for Doncic. Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. AI passes to Nowitzki. You know what, Greg? There may not be a more likable superstar in the NBA than Dirk Nowitzki. I mean, everyone loves Nowitzki.
And a large part of that is just Dirk plays the game with a smile on his face, it seems, at all times. His play style is one that is hard to root against, having so much skill in the body of a 7-footer. And it's one thing to be respected by everybody. It's another to be loved by everyone in that regard. And Dirk's, he's one of a kind.
Bulls trail by 5. Here's Arcidiacono. 5 points in the game. To the inside, here's Lopez, and the dunk by Lopez.
When Lopez gets in that close, it's tough to stop him from slamming it home.
1:52 left to play in the third. Lee against Levine. On the wing, Hardaway. 14 points for him. He on the clock. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far. Chicago's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Valentine dishes to Levine. We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. And there's the foul. It'll go on AI. 56 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Dunn. He's now made half of those 10 shots in the game. That's his 5th basket.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for the Mavericks.
The sheer volume of three-pointers was the deciding factor tonight, it seemed.
Yeah, they sink one and then do it again, and that strategy did work.
And every win important, and this one will go down as win number 3.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Tim Hardaway.
You know, as the game tonight evolved, he really put the team on his back. He was aggressive, effective, and the defense, they weren't able to adjust.
So the Bulls 5 right now. Valentine and Markkanen, your small and power forwards. Dunn and Levine are the guard set. And it's Carter in at the 5 down low. Markkanen kicks to Carter. To the inside. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
He's 6'5", but he has elite athleticism. Levine with the...
So we see the Mavericks taking the win here. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme...
Good win, fellas. Woo.
How's it going?
All right, fellas, let's get to work. Congrats on the win, but we got a ton of work to do if we want to keep it up. Let's stay focused in practice today.
We're getting very little production out of our fast break opportunities. Let's work on that.
All right, let's get set up and start practice.
Get started, man. Let's get started. Let's get to work. Here's what we're gonna do. All right, AI, I see you want to work on your three-point shooting. Let's get set up. Man, I can't even watch this. Get the next one. Really, AI? Get your mind right. is how you play, guys. Come on.
Yeah, I'll see you later.
All right, AI, let's get everyone over here and get started. Here's what we're gonna do. AI, get your head in the game. right, AI, let's get to work. Here's what we're gonna do. Good work, AI. Keep grinding. Still room for improvement.
See you later. Ready for All-Star, and we're giving you dunks. Go behind the scenes with the Dunker.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Good evening, sports fans. This is 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson.
Hey, you got this.
Welcome, sports fans. Thanks for joining us. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg and our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. It's the first game. At this very early stage, we know players are still trying to gel with one another. But, Clark, just how much can a team really change between the start of the season and the end of the season?
Kevin, it can be a night and day change in some cases because of injuries or change in personnel. Those things can show up during the course of a long season to make teams look totally different. And I think the changes that transpire with teams are usually more pronounced with younger teams because you can actually sometimes see those guys get better and better from week to week.
On the floor right now for the Mavericks, Doncic out there with Porzingis. Then it's Lee. Then there's Nowitzki. It's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time. Justin Anderson, he's checked in for Atlanta. White Bikes comes in for Young. The Mavericks also with a sub. Powell's checked in. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. Off the mark from 16 feet out. Atlanta leading by 8. Anderson outside. There's the three. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
And already with the commanding lead, a terrific offensive performance.
Yeah, and the execution, time and time again, right on point. They're running their offense to perfection.
Atlanta's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. 59 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Mikes kicks to Dedmon. From down in the low post, it goes.
Defensively, they've been a step slow here to start.
Giving up too many open shots. I mean, that's what's happening here, Greg. They look to me to be a bit sluggish.
Pass to Lee. Takes a three. That shot is off. And Atlanta will go the other way with it. Tough loss coming against Cleveland in their last game played.
And you know what? They were giving away points, missing at the line. A big factor in the outcome.
Ditto that. When you give up this many points at the line, it makes it a lot easier for the opposition.
And he just big-boyed it right there. The height advantage he's got down low, really difficult for them to defend.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And the Mavericks making a change here. Carter outside. Nailed from three-point land.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
5 straight baskets, Greg, resulting from assists. They're playing as one unit out there.
Here's Doncic. Here's Nowitzki. Again, the Mavericks score.
Kevin, you always have to be alert to where Nowitzki is. I mean, he loves catching the defense off guard with the catch and shoot.
And so it's the Atlanta Hawks with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room headed. Now in the later stages of his career, Dirk Nowitzki talked about how
makes you reflect. You know, milestones always make you reflect on everything. I've been really blessed.
And it's clear, GA, that Dirk still enjoys playing the game and draining buckets. And the Hawks with a completely new group on the floor.
And looking at Luka Doncic, incredibly mature for his age. Physically, the broad shoulders, weighing in about 230. Mentally, though, advanced understanding of how to play the game.
Young and Bazemore team up in the backcourt. And it's Prince outside at the three with Collins down at the power forward. And it's Len in at center. So that's the lineup for Atlanta. To the middle. Shots good from Young. Young's got 5 points in the quarter.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
From 11 feet away, they get it back. That one's in there. The Hawks' lead is cut down to just 8 points with the bucket for measuring.
Much love goes his way. I mean, he refused to give up on the glass. Nice to see him rewarded because of his hustle. And, you know, that's a second foul early in this quarter. I think he's got to be much more cautious in how he defends now.
Took him no time at all on that one. And that's 11 points for Trae Young.
Yeah, he's building off that strong first quarter, Kevin. Rising up and hitting shots with confidence.
In the corner, Hardaway with it. Just 5 on the clock. Wide open look. Bazemore grabs the miss. Atlanta leading by 10. .106 left here in the second. And Young now, top of the key. Here's Len, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's on Porzingis. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for Atlanta.
Boy, the three-point shot has really been dropping for him early on.
And also, how about the fact defensively they're getting that backboard and getting out in transition, especially in this first half.
Dirk Nowitzki, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Doncic comes in for Tim Hardaway Jr. Atlanta's gone 5 of 8 from three-point land. 15 points and a deep ball for them tonight. The shot's good. Bazemore's got his second bucket of the night.
How about the vision from the crafty little guard? Young excels at realizing when his guys have clean looks.
Out to the right wing. 13 feet away. And that one hits back iron.
Boy, he has been cold for a while now.
Yeah, he has been, and he's got to find his stroke because he's holding back his team as a result of his poor shooting.
Makes it off the glass. Young's got 13 points.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Nowitzki outside. To the paint. Will it go? He lays it in.
And, you know, Nowitzki has always been focused on improving his team, helping him any way he can. I love the way he dishes to his teammate.
And so it's the Atlanta Hawks with a 14. Wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. It's been one outstanding game from Trae Young. Mavericks trailed by 11. On the floor for Dallas. Doncic at the 3 and Dirk at the 4. Then there's Dwight Powell. Then it's Lee. And with that one, the lead is trimmed to single digits. 6 points for him.
And that's what the pump fake's there for. Get your man off his feet and drive right around him.
Well, Greg, for Atlanta, it was out with the old and in with the new for the point guard position for the Hawks.
And Hawks were able to trade down and still get the guy they wanted in Young. See him as an impact guard to build around for the future. Had to move Schroeder to free up space for Young, but this team now has a clear core to build around.
Hawks making a switch here. Ben's checked in. And for the Dallas Mavericks last year, hard to get in transition when you can't cause turnovers.
Well, when you don't get steals and open court situations, it's hard to get easy buckets. But on the other side, they handled the ball well, didn't turn it over, actually fewest turnovers in the league. But I do think they have to become more disruptive defensively.
Here's Bikes, plays it up and banks it in. Bikes has got 5 now.
Indicative of what we've seen tonight. One team being the aggressor, the other failing to react.
Yeah, and you can tell they feel like they can get inside whenever they want to. I mean, it's been carte blanche, full menu for them, and the defense really not offering any resistance.
That's good, and the Atlanta lead is cut to just 9 on the basket from Dirk Nowitzki.
You do not want to give Nowitzki any room to shoot, especially from the perimeter. I mean, that's where he's most dangerous.
And that's his 4th, and no doubt he would have liked to have not gotten it this soon.
The Hawks have been successful on 3 of their 4 free throw attempts up to this point, and he knocks down the first one. Taurean Prince, he's checked in for Vince Carter. Bikes hits them both. Mavericks trailed by 11. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Pass to Powell. He kicks to Lee. And the call is going to be Yes, it is. An illegal screen.
Well, one more and that's it. He'll be DQ'd, disqualified. He's got to be able to defend without picking up that last disqualifying foul.
Here's Bikes. He has 7. Prince outside. Shoots over Powell, and that one released in time, but no good. Well, through 3/4 of play. Rick Carlisle had some words for his team. Let's hear what he had to say.
Hey, it's all about physical. It's all about physical. Make sure we're running back. Touch somebody.
Pleading for his team, Greg, to be more physical and aggressive.
Something we hear often from Coach Carlisle, urging his team to play tough and physical.
And as we head into the 4th, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. A moment now to reset the lineups, brought to us by Gatorade, all fueled up here for the 4th quarter. On the court right now for the Hawks. Then out there with Dwayne Dedman. Then there's Dwight Bikes. Then it's Taurean Prince. Clark, you were in Indiana after being drafted by the Pacers for a few seasons. Who are some of the more talented guys you played with there?
Well, Herb Williams, a teammate of mine at Ohio State, really outstanding big guy, mobile, could shoot it, excellent defender, shot blocker, and a high-quality guy. Vern Fleming was a guard that had size, excellent defender, driver of the ball. Wayman Tisdale, may he rest in peace. We lost Wayman a number of years ago to cancer, but really a gifted scorer. Steve Stepanovich, he and I both had to retire about the same time due to different knee trouble, and he was a rugged, mobile, good shooting big guy who I think would have continued to excel had he not had to retire.
To the inside, Bikes, and he uses the glass on the layup. Bikes has got the 4th quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Hawks. Dallas calls timeout.
You know, for the Mavericks, protecting the rim has been an issue. Bottom of the league in block shots 3 years in a row now.
And so it's Barea with it. He'll bring it up for Dallas. It's a 13-point game. And talking about the Mavericks defense, they also had trouble stopping dribble penetration.
Well, not really athletic as a group, which was part of the problem in that area of the game, but extremely smart as a group. They knew what offenses were trying to do to stop them. And I think some of that is not just the IQ of the players, but the acumen of the coaching staff. Very sharp and shrewd in game plan design.
Just great anticipation by Young. He just sees the play developing, knows exactly where he wants to go with the ball.
Hardaway finds Porzingis. Six to shoot. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. Alex Len picks one up.
Kristaps Porzingis, standing 7'3". He's played power forward early in his NBA career, but with that height, his future, it could be at the center position.
And he makes both free throws. And with Porzingis having the ACL tear, Greg, maybe losing some of his lateral quickness, perhaps accelerating his move to the 5.
I mean, part of his rehab was hitting the weights and just adding strength. I think, if anything, his offensive skill set, though, even more impactful at the 5.
Here's Young. Gets that one through the hole, make him now 7 of 13 in this game.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
And there's the defensive 3-second call. And for Trae Young, it's a little unfair that he's... And so the Hawks take the win. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big...
That's what I'm saying. I'm going to get up with it sometime. Try to get a new court in my house, get everything refurbished, repainted, and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's the best thing. Just get all.
Yo, what's up, man?
All right, AI, let's get everyone over here and get started. Here's what we're going to do.
Yeah, let's go. Let's do it.
Keep it going.
Camp game disconnected from VRK.
Okay, guys, get back to work.
Hey, see you later, man.
let's get to work. Here's what we're gonna do. Okay, keep it moving, fellas. Come on now. All right, AI, let's get to work. Here's what we're gonna do. Man, I can't even watch this. Really, AI? Get your mind right. Poetry in motion, AI. One more. Keep playing like that, you'll win half and you'll lose half. Either way, it needs work. See you, AI. right, AI, let's get to work. Here's what we're gonna do. AI, get your head in the game.
Keep taking that. Shot.
Hey, he can ball, huh?
You could do better than that. Shut up! I know high school JV players that could outplay JJ.
With the Dunkers at MoCap. Hear from dunk contest competitors.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome to 2K Sports, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson, sitting alongside the big diesel, Shaquille O'Neal, and the prop.
Welcome to 2K Sports. We have the NBA coming up. Great to have you with us. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Doris Burke. Also joining us from the sidelines, David Aldridge. So for the Mavericks, their last game, a loss to the Jeremy Lin. He's checked in for Green. With the analysis, the defensive impact becoming more advanced, Doris, do you think that helps defenders gain recognition even when they're not putting up numbers in individual statistical categories?
Well, think about a recent winner of the Defensive Player of the Year, and that's Draymond Green, whose value becomes into sharp focus, particularly in the fourth quarter of games, when it becomes a possession ball game, and Draymond Green is flying around the floor in help defensive position, covering up for teammates' mistakes. I absolutely think, Kevin, increasingly because of the advanced metrics, that players can be defined outside of points and rebounds. So I love the impact of the numbers.
On the court for the Mavericks, Porzingis is out there with Doncic. Then there's Nowitzki. Then there's J.J. Barea. And the Raptors with some changes. Baca comes in for Pascal Siakam. And it's Fred VanVleet in for Kyle Lowry. Dwight Powell's checked in for the Mavericks. Lee comes in for J.J. Barea.
And from the opening tip, they have been in complete control of this one.
Yeah, you know, it looks like they've wanted it more. Outstanding hustle and determination throughout.
Rebound by the Raptors.
And Kevin, they need to be consistent with their effort on the boards. You look at the box score, and they're at a definite disadvantage.
Van Vliet doesn't go that time. Now the Mavericks take it the other way. Good work defensively by Ibaka.
Boy, a kickout's probably a better option when the defense is swarming around like that.
Inside. Nails the baby hook.
Absolutely fearless. I mean, a nice subtle adjustment there going up against Wynn.
And to me, that's all about the body control, right, Greg? I mean, he does such a stellar job sizing up this man and drains it despite having the size on him.
Van Vliet with the bucket.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Over to the left wing. Now, here's Doncic. He's covered by Leonard. Takes a three. Here's Lee. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. And out of bounds as Toronto gains possession. Some changes for Toronto. Marc Gasol's checked in for Ibaka. Pascal Siakam comes in for OG Anunoby. And Kyle Lowry subbed in for Fred Van Vliet. Here's Doncic. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play. And one thing Rick Carlisle is known for is his accountability.
Right, and that extends to himself as much as it does the players who play for him. Listen, if this guy makes the wrong play call, he is going to make sure you know about that. And I think that's an approach you see from the top down in this organization.
On the floor for Dallas, they've got Porzingis. He's out there with Nowitzki. Doncic out there with J.J. Barea. And so it's Barea with it. He'll bring it up for Dallas. Trailing by 17. This, their first look at this year's Toronto squad.
Yeah, it should be an interesting matchup tonight. These two teams will only face off twice all season.
Well, so you want to make these opportunities count, right? Since they don't see each other often, it's going to be an intriguing battle.
Here's Lynn. Porzingis with the rebound. Porzingis has got 4 rebounds now tonight. And Doncic gets it to go. Doncic has got 7.
You know, rough start for him, but he seems to have turned the corner here in the second period.
Lowry deciding where to go with it here. Here's Leonard. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
And the soft-spoken Leonard is now an elite talent in this league, an athletic forward who leads by example.
He's off on the first.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
And he's good on the second. Mavericks trailed by 14. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. To the inside. Poked loose. Down low. No good on that one. Some solid defense there from Lynn. Lowry has the open look. And the Raptors miss again. And so it's the Toronto Raptors with a 14-point lead as we bring the quarter. Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. Changes for Toronto. Serge Ibaka has checked in for Siakam. Jeremy Lin comes in for Leonard. And it's Fred Van Vliet in for Kyle Lowry. Green out there with Ibaka. Then it's Jeremy Lin. And it's Marc Gasol. And it's Van Vliet in the point guard. That's the 5 out there for the Raptors.
And one thing you can say about Green, I don't know of too many players who are as dependent on their three-point shot as he is. He needs that shot to be falling for him to make an impact.
That one goes in. He's got 6. Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have gone.
In today's NBA, we like to talk about that three-point shot. Well, the Dallas Mavericks, believe it or not, took the 4th most in the NBA last year.
6 to shoot. Over to the wing. Lee against Lynn. It's rebounded by Dallas.
Well, with the defense laying off him, you know he's going to pull the trigger. They're lucky he didn't burn him.
And the Mavs, Doris, not only took a lot of threes, they made a lot of threes.
Well, when you have shooters, the likes of Dirk Nowitzki, Wes Matthews, Doug McDermott, the list goes on, three-point shooting was the least of their worries last season.
Outside, Green. There's 38 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Here's Lynn. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
And for Lynn, missing the season last year, he's just glad to be back. His playmaking and creativity is something that this team needs. As long as he's healthy and playing aggressively, he'll be an effective guard option.
Kawhi Leonard's checked in for Green. The Mavericks also with a sub. Harris is checked in. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. Serge Ibaka picks one up there.
I don't know how you couldn't admire the love and passion Nowitzki has for the game. This guy's a terrific teammate who just continues to get it done.
Both free throws good from Nowitzki.
I tell you, as good as he is at the line, it allows him to invite contact when he's down low.
Now here's Leonard. He's got 8. Pass to Van Vliet. From deep three-point range, sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. Van Vliet's got 8 points. And as we end the third quarter, a great game. Both teams playing well. The Raptors out in front. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates, Greg. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this 4th and final quarter. On the floor right now for the Mavericks, we've got Doncic. Nowitzki is out there with Powell. Then it's Devin Harris. Pass to Powell. Nowitzki kicks to Doncic. And the shot is good. Doncic has got the first points up on the board here in the 4th for the Mavs. Pass to Leonard. Shoots over Doncic. And that one's good. Leonard. And the Raptors lead by 8.
Yeah, and from mid-range, Leonard's jump shot is money. It doesn't matter if it's off the dribble or catch and shoot. He never loses his touch.
It's good.
And they're showing much more focus here in the second half. More effort as well. And their offense starting to show signs of life.
Fast break. Here we go. Harris finds Nowitzki. And Nowitzki with the stuff.
Well, I'll tell you this, if Dirk is free at the rim, you expect the throwdown. Love seeing the big man get up.
Toronto calls timeout. And with the 4th quarter push coming up here, the coach going over the game plan and these players rehydrating themselves with Gatorade, recharging their bodies, refocusing their minds, and getting that strategy down to close out the game. And some changes here for the Raptors. Siakam is checked. 7 seconds left in the 4th quarter of this one. They're going to prolong the game here with an intentional foul.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let them dribble the game.
So he gets them both, and it's a 4-point ball game.
Well, that's That's going to do it. The only chance they had was for him to miss those. Instead, he's absolutely perfect.
Dallas calls timeout. They're down by 4. 6 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what's your take?
And they're going to have to score. Quick foul. Can't waste any time here.
Right, that's the game plan. It's got to be executed perfectly. No time to waste.
And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Kawhi Leonard.
And the way he's made his mark with his work inside, he's just been a slasher tonight. Always moving, getting to the basket at will, and just seeming...
Yeah, but I really got the sense that the fans gave him that emotional boost that was needed down the stretch. This crowd, man, they were electric.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long, everyone.
It's all-time defender.
That's a good question.
My position, or
I had to go with
Gary Payton,
Michael Jordan.